G'day world and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications and outdoor stuff with knives. Today's braai day, so I swapped around. I wanted to show you a titanium, what do you call it? Look at the little spider. Anyway, oh, you can't see it. Never mind. Titanium folding knife, but last night I decided against that. Now, normally when I show you these things, I show them to you new before I start beating them up. Well, most of the time. Sometimes I do it the other way. But this thing I already used last night. Okay, when we got it, it came in a box like this. And then attached, you get a cleaning cloth, like always, very nice. And then you get this thing, which is like a tech lock style lock that you can mount on here. It was mounted like so. Okay, I took it off. Not because there's anything wrong with the clip. The clip is fine, but I take this thing as is and put it in my pocket. Okay, and I love this thing. This is the Pickled Steel. Sorry, it's load shedding. My kids are playing outside with the dogs. D2 Branka. Okay, now look at the wonderful stonewash on this thing. It's like stonewash and etching. You can't see any of the scratches from last night. You cannot even see where maybe you can see a bit over there, because I was scraping a ferro rod. Okay, this thing is wonderful. If you put your finger in the ring, you can do whatever, and then much like my bird and trout knife, if you leave the thing, you can't see it, I'll show you outside. Anyway, then it just hangs in your hand, you can do whatever you need to do, and then the knife is right there again. If you don't want to use that, it also fits wonderfully in hand. Okay, so you don't have to use that thing. Then if you are into more tactical meat slicing, you can do that, but yeah, you can ignore the ring if you do not like it. Now, I quite like doing that, and I like spinning it around on this finger for no reason, but okay, we're not going to do that now because we're behind the camera and I do not have space. I'm talking very quickly again today, I see. Okay, but the stonewash on that thing is fantastic. Let's quickly do some specs. The blade stock on this thing, what's that? 3.4 millimeters, which is 0.13 inches. Blade thickness 0.55. So that's pretty on the spot with everything over there. And remember, this is a fixed blade, so it's supposed to be a bit more hand filling. Blade length is, what's that? A little bit less than 3.5 inches. Overall, it's 8 inches on the nose, centimeters, 8.5 centimeter blade length. Overall, 20.5 centimeters. Okay, so it's a wonderful size knife. I really like the way this thing feels in my hand. We do have a sharpening choil, and it will give you a few sharpenings before it starts spreading out. Okay. But that's not a problem. Now, I like this thick chunk of nicely stone-washed, maybe even a little bit of etching going on over here. Anyway, and the jimping is super functional. It does have finger grooves, but they do not bother me. They keep you locked in, but it's not as if it's bothering me or giving me hot spots. Okay, so I quite enjoy this knife. So this is now my new tactical braai knife, the Branka. I hope I said that right. Okay, so today is braai day, as I said, I think. And I got this stuff. This is, I don't know, new, Simply Truth 8 eco-friendly fire lighters. Steam pressed wood, eco-friendly wax, non-hazardous. Now let's see what this is. Again, it's things like this. Okay, so I'm going to start the fire with my eco-friendly whatnots, so we'll see how that works. And yes, follow along. We're doing all kinds of things. All the grandparents are coming. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Okay, my daughter's lighting the fire for us with my new eco-friendly thing. Try a hook, Liffy. And I left the plastic on. I'm not sure if I was supposed to do that, but you know those things with the silver, they sometimes say leave the stuff on. Okay, can I get help, Isa? Let's just see. Okay, but I think my lighter is near death. Okay, let's get something else. Yes, I normally ask her to help me because one hand's holding the phone, the other one is holding this. It's braai day today.
Yeah.
Like I said, all the grandparents are coming. And while she's doing that, I'm playing with this thing. Oh, this thing is marvelous. Look at this tactical braai knife. Okay, so now the thing is on fire. Now let's see how well this works. Oh, and my grill burned through, so I put this thing. It's actually something I used to make cake stand on. Anyway, so I chucked it on there. I'm just going to throw the coals on that so they don't fall all the way to the bottom. Okay, so now that my eco-friendly, whatchamacallits are burning, I'm going to take this thing. Just open this. Oh, it's got the inner bag, and then I'm going to chuck that on the fire. This thing is super. If you want to spin it around and do all kinds of weird stuff with it, this is nice. Okay. Yes, I think this is my new favorite plaything for a braai knife. And I think you can take the scales off. They also have torque bits. Wonderful. Okay, and if I didn't say this earlier, look at the bottom there. There's a little drainage hole, and this is very nicely made kydex. So that's really a very compact little sheath and knife. My cake pyre of awesomeness is on fire. And now we're waiting for old people. We're also doing braai pie again today. Pork chops and boors. Okay, beautiful lamb chops and an assortment of boors. These ones are called flippin' lekker boors. Okay, in the last phase, we have garlic bread and 2 braai pies going over here. So I'm going to cover it now, and maybe we'll torch it afterwards. Now we just need to get the tops a bit browner. Yeah, next thing. I like the fire when it hits a puddle of look at that. Golden, crispy, delicious.
Really good.